Good morning, I'm Jennifer. This is a Country Life Good Morning Joe. This is my third time attempting to film this because I didn't have record hit 2 times. Say good morning.
Morning, guys.
And you still need to make your bed, right?
Right.
Okay, go make your bed.
No.
Yes.
No.
So I was just about to put the lid on my crock pot and I thought I should film a day in the life video. Here's what I have going today. I have 6.15 pounds of country style pork ribs. I actually did cut off some of the fat. I didn't want quite all of that. I just salt and peppered all of the ribs. I sliced up some red onion, and then I do have some barbecue sauce here. I added a little water to this one to try to get it to all come out. And then I do have some other barbecue sauce right here. So easy. Sometimes I kind of go back and forth between making like cranberry pork ribs and regular barbecue sauce pork ribs. It just kind of depends on the day and what I'm in the mood for. So all right, let's get the barbecue sauce over this, get the lid on, and move on with homeschooling. I have a tendency to change my mind often and quickly. All right, now that this is ready for supper, I actually was thinking about lunch already too. I only have about a serving left of last night's supper. I made the chicken and rice hot dish or casserole, which is in my cookbook. It's on page 28. It's actually that. That's what I made last night, Valentine's Day. So Warren made that for me, our very, very first Valentine's Day when we were we engaged? No, we were not quite engaged. We got engaged about 3 weeks later. Anyway, so he made that for me, and often I find myself making it on Valentine's Day still to this day. We only have about a serving left of that. It makes a ton, and it does say 9 by 13 pan to put it into. I always put it in my bigger 10 by 14 or 10 by 15, whatever that is, the great big Pyrex dish, because I often will use more chicken depending on how many people I think we're going to be having here for supper that night. So sometimes I find that I will use more than 4 chicken breasts, and then I just need more space. So anyway, if you find that you make that and you're like, boy, it doesn't seem like it wants to fit well in a 9 by 13, just put it into a bigger casserole, or even like a big roasting pan. That works well too. So all right, what I thought then today is that I might do some ham and Swiss grilled cheese for lunch. This was in the freezer, so I'm going to just let that sit on the counter here to thaw until lunch. Now it is time. What is the time to do, Joe?
This.
No, we already did that. Leave the lid on. Remember, you have to leave the lid on. So Peter and Maria got it in their heads that they needed to change their sheets today, so I was just helping them. So they were completely confused by top sheet, fitted sheet, mattress pad. And yeah, it's just funny to see the light bulb go on when they finally figure out what that all, there's a fuzz flying around me, what that all means. So what I decided to do also for supper, when I was down grabbing some cranberries, I pulled up this frozen bag of mashed potatoes. So I think it was just this last Sunday or the Sunday, yeah, it wasn't 2 days ago. It was last week Sunday. I did 10 pounds of mashed potatoes. So I'm just gonna put this right there. I'm gonna just set it on the counter for a little bit, and when it's like pliable enough that I can kind of bend it, I'm just gonna put that, I'll squeeze it out of here, and I will put it into a small crock pot, kind of like bent in half on low, and then when it'll kind of get liquidy for a little bit. At first you'll be, if you do this, you'll be like, oh no, I've wrecked my mashed potatoes. But then as they completely start to cook through and you stir it up, they'll just be yummy, yummy, creamy mashed potatoes. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll have some sort of vegetable. I know I have some frozen mixed vegetables in the freezer, so we'll probably have something like that. We just did green beans last night, so I think everyone wants something else. Now we really need to move on to school.
Hi kids, he said. What are you doing on such a nice day? Hi, Officer Fallon, Dink said. Did Doc Henry call you?
Pa was giving Pet and Patty their breakfast. Back, Pet, don't be greedy, he said. You know it's Patty's turn. Pet stamped
here. Oh, come here. See it snow. Down. It comes. The little cowboy can steal it from.
What are you doing, Joe?
Yes, says give it from.
Yeah, this is his thing. When he thinks that he can get away
Get
with being a screwball.
Little man, what is good to steal it from?
What?
Steal it from.
I don't even think you read those words right. Let's look at those words again.
What?
It doesn't say what. What is that word?
That.
Good job. Read the whole sentence, though. Read me the whole sentence. That, right here, the whole sentence, all the way to the period.
That is good to steal it from.
You're going to add stay away from him after every single sentence?
Yeah.
So it's
Beautiful. Okay. Right now, this is what you need to do next. You need to, so you have the 1 and the 2 and the 3. Now you need to write the word right here. So
Okay.
what is that word? Use.
Use.
Good job, use.
That's good. Yeah, keep going. Mom, help.
there, Mom.
Cute, I like it.
That was just
Yum.
get it right. Just like
Now that lunch is all finished, I have 2 big loads of laundry to fold. Yesterday I washed clothes, stacked it all up in baskets. So today I'm tackling the folding the laundry. I actually am on a FaceTime call with my mom right now. It's kind of nice to be able to talk with her, and we can see each other, and I can also be getting some work done. Peter and Maria went outside to do some sledding, and Joe is strumming away on his guitar, and then whenever the kids come in from outside, we are going to continue on with some schoolwork that we didn't finish this morning. Well, I'm in the boys' room right now because I'm going to go through actually Peter's sock and underwear drawer, because a pair of underwear had fallen
that's
out,
not
and
me.
I think they were from when he was probably
Mom,
8
that's
or
not
maybe
me.
7. Is that you?
That's
Yeah.
not me.
I'm not going through your underwear drawer. I'm just going to go through Peter's because
That's
I
not
know
me.
there's some stuff in here that does not fit him, or socks that are probably full of holes. So I'm going to go through this quick, and we are going to get this all neat and tidy. So there's a little before, He has all kinds of things in there. Well, that only took about 10 minutes to get it done, and it looks so good. And I think, Peter, are you going to be able to keep this looking like this?
Okay.
You'll try. I hope so. It's 2 o'clock now. It's time to get the mashed potatoes in. They just thawed enough where I could kind of break them apart a little bit, get them in here. I did decide to use a crock pot liner because I don't think we'll eat all of these up. And then tomorrow when I reheat this again, you know, if you just use the regular crock pot, sometimes what happens is it kind of cooks on the edge and it makes it really hard to wash. So I'm using a liner today. I didn't use a liner for these. I just wasn't thinking about it. But anyway, look at how delicious those are looking. It smells so good in here too. This is okay. This is where they just found it. So they had made it here, and this was where they were.
Mom, you can go.
Okay, and they thought that that was going to go all the way across, right? They thought it would go all the way across, but it was just leading into that river, right? So they decided to go back out, and they're going to continue down here.
But do they ever find it?
Well, let's find out. Well, it is just about 3:45 here in the afternoon, and the part that I help the kids with school, we are completely done with that. It took quite a while today, not because we were working on it continually, but just because, I don't know, the kids kept kind of taking off, and then I would get busy doing something else, and anyway, it's finally done. Peter is still working on time for learning, and Maria actually has to do her time for learning after. So that is not, I would say, normal. Is that normal, Peter, to be working on it this late?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it is? I guess Peter thinks it is normal. So anyway, I'm premiering a video in just a couple minutes. It says it's going to begin shortly, so hopefully I'll be chatting with some of you. It is the typical day on the farm video. Well, typical day on the farm, question mark, video. And it's Warren's turn to have a video. So I thought I would chat along with you guys. Cranberry things while it's going. 4:40 now. The premiere was all done. Thank you so much for everybody who sits there and chats with me. It really is fun to just connect and see. I should just look at you guys. It's really fun to connect and just chat with you and see what the weather is like where you are. I want to go someplace warm so badly. It sounds like, where did she say in California I should go? I'll have to go back and check it out. Or even Texas. Those sounded like the warm places right now. Anyway, I pulled this bag of sweet potatoes out of the freezer. I can't remember when I bought this, but it was just stuffed in the freezer, and I thought tonight would be the night. Then I also have some of the mixed vegetables, so I'll make both of those because I think I'm the only one who's going to eat this. I don't really think anybody else will. So anyway, some vegetables. I turned both crock pots onto warm now until supper time. These are like the bowls I usually serve vegetables in, and these bowls are in a cupboard, and they're always really icy cold. So if I have like my crock pots going or something, and then I'm going to put vegetables in the microwave, I just put my bowls on top of the crock pot. It keeps them nice and warm. I'm going to dump these vegetables, which are done, and then I have my oven set to 170. I'm just going to slip them in the oven to keep them warm because, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it seems like microwaved vegetables, like within 2 minutes, they're cold. I don't know why that is, because they're super hot and then they're just cold. And I'm always trying to find ways to keep the vegetables actually warm. I mean, obviously I could just do them on the stove with a little water, put the lid on it, and they stay warm, but sometimes it's just convenient to do it in these bags, these steamable bags. I made supper a little too early. It's 5 o'clock, and this stuff, everything is basically ready right now, and I realize that Warren isn't going to be in until probably 20 to 6 today. So, you know, I'm on the ball, and I was on the ball on the wrong day. A little later in the day than I'd like, but I do have some scraps for the chickens, so I'm going to bring these scraps out to the chickens here. I don't know if they'll come out and get these or not. Nope. I guess they're gonna freeze overnight and maybe they'll peck at them tomorrow. It's pretty chilly out here. Really windy. And the weatherman is calling I guess they're not always men, are they? The meteorologist is calling for actually a warm-up overnight. God, it's cold. I threw a garbage out here on the patio earlier today, so I'm gonna grab that too for a warm-up that's supposed to kind of like happen as the night goes on. We're supposed to wake up to warmer temperatures in the morning than it is right now, at least that's what they're saying. Warren's really hoping that it's warmer because he had plans on hauling or sanding today, and he got everything like, oh, he's got the truck already over there, but he has the A-frame on the truck today, or he did that this morning, and then his intention was that then once after lunch it was supposed to be warm enough and he'd be able to sand, and it didn't happen, so he had to go back to cutting wood, and now he's hoping tomorrow. And since they're calling for really warm right away in the morning, he's like, tomorrow morning I'm gonna be out the door at 7, he said, so I can get in on the warm part of the day, I guess. And maybe almost getting too warm, because if it gets too warm, then amazingly the ice starts to get almost too slippery when there's too much, when there's like a little layer of water on it, you know, when it starts to melt a little. Anyway, let me get this in the dumpster and get inside because it's cold. Since we had a few minutes before supper, whoops, why did I turn that off? Let's get that turned back on and start. So I'm gonna get a load of laundry. That's Dark's going for the day, and super late today, but Maria is is working on time for learning.
Leo has like a mask, and he has like a
oh my gosh.
So
yep,
for when he cuts the shape in half.
oh my goodness. All right, everyone, I'm just tuning in here for one last time today. It's 7 o'clock. We have supper all taken care of. The ribs were delicious. So definitely make some ribs in the crock pot with some barbecue sauce and onion, and throw in some cranberries if you want, but it was so, so good. Joe's getting on his swim trunks and everyone else is already in the basement in the hot tub, which is where I'm going. So we will see you guys in the next video. I'll put a couple more mom vlogs up here if you're interested in watching those. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye.